Alright guys, welcome back to the most amazing gaming channel in the world. Sorry for the longer videos. Just the mages I feel like actually need more explanation than the physical, because the physical is kind of straight up. And I do want to give you guys an actual in-depth, like, so you actually know what the item is good for, not just, well, here it is, okay, figure it out. Wouldn't be really doing my job. So moving on here, we're going to continue on with the builds here. We will be going over the attack speed, lifesteal, pen, and finish off basically the power. So it's probably going to be a much shorter video. Witchblade though, we did essentially, I believe, talk about this one already. But if we didn't, anytime you're hit by a slow, your movement speeds actually increase for 20 or by 20% for 4 seconds. Only it can occur every 30 seconds. This is going to be good against someone like a Kukulkan. If anyone is building Gem of ISO, Pwash is building Gem of ISO, get this. It'll counter them. As long as you don't get hit by something again within 30 seconds, you will always be able to get this. Well, for 26 seconds, honestly, because it's the cooldown essentially on it. Witchblade, this is going to be a counter item. Definitely only build this on, well, Guardians. Not, like, this can potentially be picked up by anyone. I've honestly built this on my, I believe you can pick this up as physical, so I built this on ADCs and everything like that. But long story short, pick this up. Any role can really use it as long as you are actually being affected by something with a slow. And then last but not least here, we will go over Witchblade for the attack speed. This basically, I would only pick this up, not even really on Guardians, because you don't need the, I talked about it in the other one. I'm spacing on what the item is, but Witchblade isn't that amazing, but it can be picked up as well. They do have their physical power and their attack speed reduced within 55, so it's not a bad item, but there's an item that was spacing that a Guardian should rather pick up, because this gives you attack speed compared to the other one there. So I do apologize, but I am slightly spacing. We'll probably cover it later. Telecon's Ring already touched on, and Demonic Grip. So Hasten Vitalis, this is going to be good on like a Freya, potentially a Kronos, but I wouldn't even build it on Kronos because his 2 already gives him the immunity. Soul, this would be very good. Again, just attack speed based, well, magical gods, in which you would actually need to not have the debuff there. The lifesteal, we've already touched on all these. These were all in power there as well. Moving on to the penetration, we have Sunder. We've touched on, well, all of these. So, because this would be an incredibly short video, we're going to start going on into the physical defense here. So we've talked about the Dynasty Plate Helm, how, like, that's kind of a good starter item, so to say. Lotus Crown, we've touched on as well. Witchblade, Sovereignty, this was in the old one. Spectral Hide. These were all in the physical defense item guide. Celestial Helm, we've touched as well. Magi's. So essentially, they are all the same thing. I'll just do a really quick breakdown. Sovereignty, get this in Joust, only Guardians. Does give you decent health, not very good protections, but it does give you an additional HP 5, which is quite helpful, and 30 protection. So if your ADC is getting poked, you may want to pick this up. And then moving on, Spectral Armor, this is going to be a very helpful. Going up against an Ymir that's good on his walls, a Thor that's good on his walls, or an Odin, anything like that. Height of the Nemean will give you a shit ton of physical protections now. Gives you decent mana as well and reflects damage. So if you have someone with a high attack speed, you'll want to get this. Midgardian, also high attack speed, and you're going to want to body block. This will allow you to body block and not take as much damage, while also reflecting it if you do pair it up with Nemean. Breastplate of Valor gives you a nice, really good cooldown reduction, as well as some really good physical protections and some good amount of mana as well. Keep in mind, this is cooldown reduction. This is crowd control reduction. Big difference. Magi's Blessing, this is going to be good for people like a Sobek if he's on point with his plucks, a Uller that's on point with his axes, anyone that has a hard crowd control. If you're really worried about it on an Athena, but I feel like this would not be a good item to use on an Athena, because an Athena taunt is quite easy to get. Height of the Urson, that's a very good stackable item, will ultimately give you 65 physical and magical protections, while also giving you a decent amount of health and mana. Spirit Robe, this will help you mitigate. This would be good on some assassins, because it does give you that really good physical and magical protection right off the bat. Good crowd control reduction and cooldown reduction, plus you mitigate damage for 3 seconds every time you're hit with a hard crowd control effect. So this includes a mirror's freeze. You will then start mitigating 15% of it. Spirit Robe is definitely not a bad item for that. Mystical Mail, good early game, not so good late game. The only thing it does provide you is 300 health, but if you're going to go and want something that gives you 300 health and 30 protections, you might as well go Mid-Guardian because it's going to be much more helpful and give you more health. Mantle of Discord, this is going to be a very good item as well. Someone like a Hades or someone that's actually going to be in the thick of it. Guardians, like specifically, besides that, because you're going to want to be in the thick of it to actually have this proc. If you're running away and this procs, you're not going to do shit. Especially because they do have to be pretty fucking close for only 20 units. Magical protection, basically talked about all of these as well here. Genji's Guard is decent for those supports like a Jeb that will want to keep his shield on cooldown there. Just very, very good overall item. Oni's Hunter's Grab or Garb, not too decent. Pestilence is the anti or counter build anti-heal item. Good for someone like a Vamana if they choose to do that. Coming on to the health, I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything. Yeah, we have talked about everything in that. So I think that actually wraps up the complete and entirety of the video of this series. So wow, this actually video went a lot shorter than I thought compared to the other 14-minute one. So I just want to say thank you guys so much for all your support. I really do appreciate it. I've been trying to take your guys' criticism as long as it's constructive. I hate it when people are just like, you fucking suck, dude. I will appreciate your opinion, but at least tell me why. But I have been trying to change the intro music because I understand the intro music was incredibly loud compared to the actual video itself. So I've been trying to tone that down. I do appreciate all your guys' feedback, support, and everything else. I did just find out YouTube messages is a thing, thanks to one of my subscribers and followers. So I went ahead and, well, replied to those that I had. So I want to apologize for the delay on that. And let's see, I believe that is about everything. So thank you guys so much. I'll be keeping and coming out with more ideas here. And, well, until the next time, guys, have yourself a fucking amazing life.